Hello, SPD 200. This video is for our topic 5 assignment, or I should probably say assignments. There are 2 assignments due for topic 5. Your first assignment is field experience B. And in this field experience, you will be interviewing a special education teacher and writing down the notes in response to the questions that you ask. And a selection of questions that you will want to ask is provided right in the document. After you post your notes on a Word document, you're going to reflect on the responses and provide a 250-word response based on what you learned from the interview and also how you will relate what is learned to your future teaching practice. That's the most important part, is your reflection and how you will use this to guide your future teaching practice. Your second assignment is the differentiating instruction assignment. And this assignment has everything to do with a universally designed lesson plan. And what that means is how we design a lesson so that all students with varied abilities in a classroom can access the lesson, can learn the information you are trying to teach them, and also show their understanding of what they learned in a way that meets their ability level. And so for the differentiating instruction lesson plan, you actually have a lesson plan that you will be modifying and adding information and strategies to so that students can access it. Now, there are 2 different lesson plans that you can choose from. One lesson plan is a 9th grade lesson plan. Both of them are reading lesson plans. And so for the 9th grade lesson plan, you are reading about logic and logos and pathos and designing a research project on those elements. And for the kindergarten lesson plan, you are doing more reading when it comes to learning how to read and developing sight word skills. You will decide which lesson plan to use based on your program of study. If you are doing lower elementary, you'll want to select kindergarten. If you're doing upper elementary or middle or high school, select 9th grade. Look at both of them and see which one more aligns with your program of study. For this video, I'm going to select the 9th grade lesson. So here's the lesson plan, and you'll want to read through it first to get an idea of what the lesson entails. You'll notice yellow highlighting, and that is for you to input. And so that will mean that you will be inputting information and strategies for students to access the lesson. Now, the first thing you need to input is your classroom grouping. And this means that you will select 5 students from a class profile that need extra support with this lesson. And how you'll do that is you'll go back to our assignment, click on the link that has the secondary class profile. You'll look through your students and you'll see who has a low Lexile, or maybe they have English language needs where English is not their first language. They may have an IEP. This student, Anthony, has dyslexia. He will definitely need support in accessing a reading lesson. You will select 5 students based on some of these factors that will need support. Scroll to the bottom, you'll notice ELL levels. There's also a key for Lexile. You'll know that students in 9th grade should have a Lexile at or above this Lexile number right here. And so anything below a 1040, they would need some strategic support in accessing a reading lesson. You'll select 5 people. You will put those 5 individuals right here in classroom groupings. You'll also provide a rationale as to why you selected them. You will say, I selected Anthony because he has dyslexia. He will need support in reading. I selected this other person, but maybe it is a student who has English language needs, and so on and so on. As you scroll down, you'll note that you need technology. One technology is enough. What will students who have various needs need in terms of technology to access this lesson? Some students may decide to put in here audiobooks. Others may decide that students can use speech to text in order to do the written portion. Maybe you decide to do both. Or maybe there's a technology that you decide students can use when using this essay that I did not list. You'll want to list that if it is a need and if it will help students access this lesson here. You will also need to, in both of the lesson plans, have this as a component, strategies specifically for students with dyslexia and strategies for other students selected that need assistance. Now, when we're talking about strategies, we have gone over a lot of strategies already in class through discussion and through in-class sessions. One website that I love that has so many strategies, you can use any of them for this portion, all of them would work beautifully, is from the UDL guidelines, CAS.org. This website is dedicated to universally designed instruction. It has so many strategies right at your fingertips. I'm going to link this right up underneath this video. Take a look at the engagement strategies, the strategies of representation, and the strategies of how students can express their learning, potentially on assessments. Strategies include offering alternatives for visual information. You can click right on it and it will give you these types of strategies using physical objects that students can interact with the written information. It talks about using text-to-speech and other accessibility type software. It provides more checkpoints and ideas of how to customize worksheets. Potentially, some students may need to increase the size of the text of the reading passage so they can read it and see it better. Knowing that maybe if you are providing audio, you can slow down the audio so students can hear that a little better. Potentially knowing that some students with dyslexia may need a color overlay to access the information, where just putting a different color overlay over the text can help that text really pop. There are so many different ideas here at your fingertips on this website of ways to engage students so that we can minimize distractions, ways to teach so that students can access the information. We're not just doing lecture style, and also ways that students can express themselves, maybe through assessment, potentially asking students not just to take a test, but to communicate what they learned through a multimedia presentation. So many ideas right at your fingertips here, and feel free to use those throughout your lesson plan here. Now, at the end of the lesson plan, you do need to have a reflection, and this reflection is asking you to consider if a second teacher came into your classroom to help you teach this lesson. This is often called co-teaching. We're going to talk about co-teaching in topic 6. Imagine that a co-teacher came in to help you deliver this lesson. I was a co-teacher for many years as a special education teacher. How would you utilize this person in order to meet the needs of your diverse student population? Considering having that person doing small groups, or potentially that person is leading the whole group and maybe you will do the small groups. How will you use this second person so that every student in your classroom can complete the assignments on this lesson plan and walk away feeling like they understood and that they were successful? I am here if you have any questions during any part of this lesson plan. Write me in Halo. I will get back to you usually at that very same day. I really care about your questions and I want you to have the information. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.